What does bo mean? Come. And what's the continuation of the verse? What it say? Bo el paro. How do we translate it into English? Come to Paro. Don't go to Paro, come to Paro. So of course we need to get into it, and because the Hilula meaning the death anniversary of the Sfat Emet. I don't know how many of you heard of Sfat Emet. It's one of the great commentary on the Torah. It's more Chassidut with an aspect of Kabbalah to it. And Sfat Emet asked the question that everybody asks: why is it say Bo el Paro? He said Lech el Paro. You know, God is talking to Moshe Rabbeinu, Lech elav. You know, go to him. So Sfat Emet is explaining something very interesting. So before we explaining it, we need to understand the way that we're teaching the Torah here is not about the external aspect of the Torah, because the Torah has only two aspects, external and internal. Even there is Pardes, which is Pshat, Remez, Drash, Vesod. We are dealing with the internal meaning of every word, every letter, every tam. Those of you who know what Ta'amei HaMikra is, every nekudot, why there is chirik, why there is kamatz. So Kabbalists like to deal with the reasoning, not the what, the reasoning. It's very, very important. Sfat Emet, who was a Kabbalist, he was a student of the Megid Bemezes, Rabbi Elimelech, all the way to the Baal Shem Tov, those of you familiar with the name. So we need to understand that when we refer to Paro, we're not referring just to an evil king in Egypt. That's the pshat. That's in a midrash should say mideh pshuto. It's important also, but we are also dealing with the inner Pharaoh inside of us. Did you ever get stubborn? Did you ever get angry? Did you ever get jealous? Did you ever have some lust you cannot get rid of? That's the Pharaoh inside me. What is Mitzrayim then? What is Egypt? Yes, Egypt is a country too. But God, those of you who are familiar with God, and I hope all of you study God, because if you only study the pshat, you cannot understand God. It's not enough. It's not enough to know how to build a sukkah to get you a relationship with God. You need to have a relationship with God. So God, if we ask the Talmud, the Zohar, what's the purpose of creation of the world? Le'etiv lenivra, very simple answer. God wants to do good, so he create a vessel, he create a receiver. Us, the human, okay, Am Israel, the rest of the world, animal kingdom, vegetables kingdom, mineral kingdom. Le'etiv lenivra. So when we talk about Mitzrayim, Mitzrayim is not just a piece of land in the northern part of Africa. We are talking about the Mitzrayim internally as well. What is the Mitzrayim internally? Tsar. The Arizal in Shara Kavanot, Chelek Bet, in a section that talk about Passover, is talking about the Mitzrayim is internally. Where in my life I feel like Tsar. Tsar being narrow-minded, narrow way of thinking. Where am I stubborn? Where am I in my life when somebody is telling me something that doesn't make sense to me, I get angry. That's a Mitzrayim Paro. So from now on, when we look at Parashat Bo, and this Pesach, Be'ezrat Hashem, that some of you maybe celebrated with us with the right kavanot, right consciousness. Remember, Pesach is not some historical event. Remember, our Torah and God himself, it's not about historical event. And I know Jewish people are very much about nostalgia and memory and a wonderful thing. We remember what happened in Egypt. We remember. Why you have to remember? Why you have to remember? Because you have to remember how God get you out of there, but you are reliving Pesach every year. That's why when you take the ke'ara of the Seder is taking care of what? The Seder in your life. If you feel you don't have order in your life, you need Passover. If you feel your life have a perfect order, don't worry. Go to Mexico, you don't have to celebrate Pesach with everybody. Go play golf. But those of you who feel that your life is out of order, in one of those three areas, either relationship doesn't work as well as you want it, either money, sustenance, parnasa, or either briut, chas v'shalom. Those are the three areas. But if you feel you have perfect life and you feel you're never going to lose those three things, even if you have them, it's going to be there forever, you don't need Passover. Why do you need it? To sit there and remember how we baked the matzah? The historical events are never meant to be celebrated. The historical event, that's why it's called Chag. Those of you who know a little bit Hebrew, I hope we have some Israeli here. The word chag comes from the word choga. You know the word choga? Choga, mechoga, if you remember when you were a kid. It was something that created a circle. So that's what chag, meaning they tell you time is not a linear, time is circle. So you're always going to go back to the same time. Why are you celebrating your birthday? Because that's the birthday. Yom ha'uledat shelcha. This is the day that you were born. This is the seed level of you, who you are. You're going back to there. So how old are you? You can never be more than 1 year old. You just repeat it many times. 40 times of 1 year old. 60 times of 1 year old. Because it's only one circle. Please remember that consciousness as I'm giving you the beginning before I'm entering Sfat Emet. So we have a better understanding of everything that we study. Otherwise, I'm going to speak and then it will be wonderful lecture, maybe not wonderful lecture, maybe good food, not good food, good event, not good event, then you're going to forget about it. I always tell people that I'm teaching them privately, one-on-one, or in Israel, in a group, I always tell them, I hope I make you a little bit angry. And last time I said it was in front of yeshiva. There is a yeshiva in Yad Binyamin that wake up at 4:30 a.m. And I do it from home. It was for me it was around 10:30 at night. And I tell them, I hope I will make you a little bit angry, and I want to upset you a little bit. They look at this. This is not a nice way a rabbi should speak to us like that. So, well, you're only going to remember what upset you. What you agree with me, it's gone. So I hope I will upset you a little bit tonight, and then you're going to remember that. Be'ezrat Hashem. Anyway, Sfat Emet is talking about that when Hashem is giving a plagues, 7 plagues last week, 3 plagues this week, Shalosh Makot, and Kaved Lev Paro. The heart of Paro becoming Kaved. Those of you know what Hebrew means Kaved. What is Kaved? Liver. And what is the liver different than the heart? What is the difference between a heart and a liver? Not chopped liver, like a liver, like a human liver. What's the difference between the liver and the heart? Any doctors here? Any doctors? No doctors. No medical school. Okay, liver is all blood. That's why you can kosher it, right? It's all blood. Heart is half enough. Okay, there is 2 chambers actually, 4 chambers. By Kabbalah, it's 2 chambers, so it's full with blood and releasing the blood. Full with blood, releasing the blood. If you check your blood pressure, you have the high number and your low number. Those of you are into blood pressure. Got to go to medical school a little bit to understand the whole body. From Kabbalah point of view, you have to study the body as well, how exactly it works. So Kaved Lev Paro, what does that mean? That he make his heart like a kaved, like a full of blood. Always me, and myself. What is the idea of kaved? If you think about it, we have 3 things that control our body. Moach, brain, lev, heart, kaved. This is the 3 things controlling you. Okay, and the consciousness, the emotions, and the retzonot. Retzonot is your lust, your desire, your passion. If you let the brain first, then heart, then the liver, you become what? Melech. Moach, lev, kaved, melech. You are a king. Chaz v'shalom, if you let the liver control first, what I want this, then you become, in Hebrew, we call it klum, or klumnik, meaning you go liver first, then heart, then brain, you become klum. There's nothing there. If you're always after your desire, like a kid, I want this, I change my mind, I want this, I want that. Yeah, I don't like that shidduch, I want this shidduch. No, this shidduch. Today everything is on the app, I don't like you, I like you, I don't like you. That's klum, that's the liver. The liver conscious. That's what control our generation. Everybody's into the liver. Kaved Lev Paro. Hashem is saying to Moshe Rabbeinu, even we're going to hit him with all the plagues in the world, with COVID-19, with cancer, with everything else. He's going to say, no, I'm not going to let you out. What kind of bchira chofshit? What kind of free will you're doing to Paro? Misken. Paro, he's in his mind thinking, tomorrow morning, I'm telling them, go. And he's wake up tomorrow morning and he's changed his mind. He changed his mind. I can't let them go. Who put that mindset in his brain? God. So why is he getting punished for? That's the big she'ela. That's a big question that all the chachamim, all the Kabbalists are asking, and specifically those of you who have Sfat Emet at home. It's very, very important. What is the lesson? What is Sfat Emet telling us is the lesson? He called that lesson, he called it Kal Vachomer. What is the Kal Vachomer? Pharaoh was, the reason we call him Paro, according to the Admor of Brandwine, They call him Paro. His name is Paro because it's Pe-Ra. Pe-Ra meaning the mouse is Ra. He always speaks bad about God. That's Paro. Or Oref. Am Oref. Oref Hashem. Okay, so the whole idea of Paro is symbolized. It's the idea that if the worst person in the world, which is Paro, Hashem created that image. He said, I'm going to create the worst person, and then I'm going to take his free will away, and I make him evil. I make him so evil, and even that worst human being, I will make him listen to me. You want to see that? And if I can make the worst person listen to me, then remember, when you fall down, I don't know how many of you fall down ever spiritually, but when you fall down spiritually, it's tough to go back up. Very tough. You fall down spiritually, I don't want to describe it to you. It's tough. It's painful. It's difficult to go back. It's difficult to win yourself again and say, I'm going to make it. Pharaoh, the lowest soul. Hashem make him eventually listen in the end of the game. Says Fatemet something beautiful. He say, if you feel that you fell down ever in your life, you have to remember, maybe you have no chance to make it. But Hashem, He can lift you up from the bottom all the way up. What is the way to do it? What is the secret of doing it? Say Tikkunei HaZohar, Tikkun 21 in Tikkunei HaZohar, Kaf Aleph, Tikkun Kaf Aleph. It's written with a person doing three things: Torah, mitzvot, maasim tovim. Three things. A lot of us think when we study Torah, you study it for being more smart or more intellectual. Torah is an herb. It's like a spiritual herb. It's like whatever you put something for the food and it bring it out. Ooh, like a cumin. But it's a cumin to the soul. It's not, Torah is like cumin to the soul we're talking about here. Why? Because it's a spice. Bara Yetzirah, Hu bara Yetzirah. Who created Yetzirah? God created the Yetzirah. When you think with tomorrow morning you're going to wake up with some lust and jealousy and anger and problem and doubts, what do you think? Who sent you that curveball? God! He gave it to you. But he's telling you, if you try to change yourself by yourself, not only it's going to be worse than it was before, you're going to have extra ego. Because you're going to say, you see, I overcome my anger. I'm good. You see, I overcome my lust. I'm good. You see, I overcome my jealousy. I'm good. And you're going to start giving compliment to yourself. But when you are down and you say, this is it, no power in me. I'm going to hold the Sefer of Torah. I'm going to start study. And through the study, the herbs of the Torah will change me. Now you're making it. That's the tshuva. And that's why, a lot of people come to see me and say to me, Eliyahu, we like what you say and this and that. You heard about Tony Robbins and Les Brown. And I say, not only I heard some of them even used to call me to get some help about a certain area. They're wonderful speakers. But a lot of time they fall down to the dark. But so the speech is amazing. But is the change coming inside from Hashem, from the Creator? That's the change. That's what Sfat Emet want to tell us. And because his birthday was today, so I want to share that with you. It's very important for me to share that with you. Those of you who are ever going to go to Poland, call me. I will tell you exactly where he's buried. You go pray next to his grave. It's amazing. So basically, don't give up. Don't give up if you have Hashem on your side. Where are we getting it? Masechet Berachot, those of you who know, it's saying in the Talmud that the person should not give up. Afilu cherev chadam munachat al tzavaro shel adam. Even if the sword on your neck and you start seeing the movement of the sword start moving, there's bleeding a little bit. Alimnat mo min harachamim. A person should not prevent himself from asking mercy. Mercy is on the way. Just bring a vessel. What's your vessel look like? You have three vessels you can create. Torah, mitzvot, maasim tovim. You do maaseh tov. Don't have ego when you help somebody. Don't have ego when you help the poor. It's for you. It's not for the poor. God sent the poor to you. You can do maasim tovim. Through that you get a vessel. The vessel get the light, the herbs. Remember the cumin for the soul. That cumin for the soul start changing you. Your life get better. But you think the poor person really need you? If you think like this, you're out of your mind. This poor person came to help you, came to save your soul. That's why when Chodesh Adar is coming soon, everybody always should have a little cash in the pocket. Ari said in Adar, whoever asks you for tzedakah, Yes. What if it's a bad person? Not your business. You give it. You are Yesod Abba. That's what Kabbalists call it. Yesod Abba. You give it. What can I give? That's a secret. The Rav Brandwein is telling us about the same idea. As I say, Pera. Okay, because he always speaks bad about Borei Olam. And I want to explain to you something. Some of you will see it from there. Some of you may not see it. Last week I showed you the 10 Sefirot, but I couldn't explain it just being on the paper. Those of you still have the digital thing that we send it to you, use it. But remember, how many plagues we have in this week parasha? Three, wonderful. What's the name of the parasha? Bo. What's the gematria of Bo? Very good. What is those three? Remember, last week we were dealing till here. Only lower 7 it's called. Okay, remember we studied that last week? We said lower 7, that's lower 7 related to our life. This week we are hitting hard Pharaoh and Mitzrayim internally, not externally. We're dealing with Bina, Chochma, and Keter. I cannot go into details, but those of you who study on my web or those of you study on YouTube, and please, this is a good time to tell all of you to sign in to YouTube. So it's free, and then get all the lectures. When you get all the lectures, sign for the lecture that talk about Sefirot. But again, don't go too fast with those lectures. They are heavy. They are not easy. Study one lecture in 2 weeks, and then after 2 weeks, another lecture. Le'at with this study. Don't rush, please. It's called Talmud Eser HaSfirot, or it's called Tikkunei HaZohar, and then you will understand more about the Sfirot. If it's too much for you, please do not continue. Touch it, see if it's for you. If it's not for you, let it go study something else. The Binah, Chochmah, and Keter is the upper three. The upper three, what do they represent in our life? Last week we're dealing with all physical thing in our life. That's called the lower 7. That's what the plagues crush. They crush all negativity related to the physicality. This week we're dealing with the upper 3. The upper 3 has to do with awareness, with consciousness, with thinking. What are you thinking about? What's happening here? You see, our face mostly is round. The body is called line. Line is finite. Circle is infinite. Remember that. We are built from 2 levels of consciousness. If it's above your mind, I'm sorry, it will only last 3 more minutes, and then I will go back to normal. Okay? So the circle, the face is basically a circle where the body is a line, like 1 and 0. The face, what we call panim, primiyut, okay, panim mean internal, this is the force of endless. So the machshavot, the thought, everything in the mind is here. So whatever you are hitting this week, you are taking care of your mind. You are taking care of how do I think? Why do I think that way, the way I think? Where does this thought came from? Why am I jealous? That's not me. That's the thought. That's the Pharaoh attacking you. That's Egypt attacking you. So when you read the parasha on Shabbat, when you hear the parasha on Shabbat, meditate. Think about it. When we talk about Arbe, you're dealing with Bina. When you're talking with Choshech, I'm sorry, Arbe, what do you call it? Grasshopper? No, locust. Okay, the locust. Am I saying it correctly with my accent? Locust. Then when we talk about darkness, Makat Choshech, we're dealing with Chochma. Then we're dealing with Makat Bechorot, killing of the firstborn. What is the firstborn? The first Sephirah. What is the first Sephirah? Keter. This is the crown, the everything. That's why if you have a boy born first, you do Pidyon Aben. You do Pidyon because this is Keter, this is the highest level. So you have to remember this system because this system play a role everywhere. 7 days of the week, that's the normal level. So when Moses had to face Pharaoh for the 3 plagues, he was nervous. He said, I can deal with this and down because that's where I am. I am here. I'm a human being. But now God's sending me to deal that. I'm nervous a little bit. So, say Rav Brandwein, what God said to Moses, he said, you're right. This level, what you need to hit is a tough one. But don't forget one thing. There is one thing that's called emunah. When you are about to make a great mission in your life, that it's above your level, invite the Creator to be with you, with whatever you do. Bo el Paro, meaning come to Pharaoh. Tell us all the Chachamim, bo meaning in a regular way, all the time. Not bo one time. Don't come to your Yetzer Hara, don't come to Pharaoh one time. It's not going to work. Bo el Paro, bo again, come, boiti, come with me. Come with me to Pharaoh again. How often? As often as you can until that evil inclination has been diminished. Bo el Paro. Second thing, bo meaning that you have partner that called God. You bo, Hashem is coming with you to Paro. אתה לא הולך לבד. You're not going alone. And bo el Paro, the third explanation, meaning come to his level. We know that Paro was yonek. Again, it will be a little bit above your mind, above your brain. Paro location was around here. It's called Da'at. Okay? Paro was the bridge or where the neck is. You see the neck? That's what Pharaoh was. Or in Hebrew, whoever say that, that's correct. It was called Oref. Oref is the back of the neck. I don't think in English there is a word for it. In Hebrew we have Savar, we have Oref. Oref is the back. And for that reason, Ashkenazi, for example, on Karat HaSeder, what they do, they put a neck of a chicken. I don't know how they call it in Yiddish. There's a name for that things. They burn it. There's a name for it. Like a chicken. Can I say chicken neck? Is it? Garon? Garon, yes, okay. Okay, you're Israeli, I didn't know, okay. So that's the neck, is to show you that you're burning that ashpa from the Gibel Rishonot lezayin tachtonot. For that reason, can I erase it for a second? I want to show you something about the Karat. And forgive me, yeah, we're already talking about getting a bigger place or making a big construction here. We have those of you who know Yosef is my pusher and motivation. I don't know if you know him. He's an architect. God bless his soul. He's Moroccan. I don't know if you know him. Amazing Moroccan. Good looking man. Available, single. Talk to me. He's an amazing person. So when you talk about the Ke'ara, okay, what do you have in the Ke'ara? How many items? 6. And the Ke'ara is 7. So you have the lower 7. So the whole Ke'ara, if you think about it, Ke'ara is all the lower 7 Sefirot. What about the 3? יפה! 3 מצות. וואו, we have חכמים פה. The 3 מצות, okay? The 3 מצות. חביבי, ליגה אחרת. זה different level. ברוך השם. ברוך השם. She's ready for Passover. And if you take Ke'ara בגימטריה, very good, 375, which is 365 days of the year, and the 10 item. So the 10 item is taking care of the 365 days of the year. That's what Seder is about. Don't go to the Seder like, if there is a matzah ball soup if you're not keeping Gibroch, or if there is no matzah ball soup. That's not what you call Turkey event, the Thanksgiving event. This is not what it is. This is serious business. Passover is how you're going to have order in your life. Take it seriously. Everything has to be taken. Maror, for example. I'm not doing Seder like Sfaradi, even I'm Libyan. I'm doing it like the Arizal. And the Arizal mostly go by Ashkenaz. So he does Maror. So the Maror is, by Sfaradim, you eat Roman lettuce. Ashkenazim like to suffer a little bit on Passover. and they eat something called, it's a root, bitter herb. Horseradish, yeah. And you're supposed to chew it until it becomes sweet. Why? What is maror? What is maror? What gimatria is maror? I'm giving you a little secret of Pesach. Shaveh lemavet. Gimatria mavet. Maror is mavet. Im bal'o lo yatsa. Look at the Shulchan Aruch. It's good to study it. If you swallow it, it's not considered you did it. You have to do it again. So when you do maror, those of you Ashkenazim among you who are still doing it, chew it until it becomes sweet. And I remember one time I did Passover for more than 50 people, and I remember everybody's chewing, and they look at me, and doubts start coming up, and I say, excuse me, are you sure it's becoming sweet? Because this is it. I'm done. I said, you have to chew every negative area of your life when you're chewing it. every negative area. And I cannot go to the details why you're chewing it, the teeth, you have 16 here, you get the aleph and you cut it by Yud-Vav. There is a lot of kavanot. It's endless amount of kavanot. But Passover need to be done with kavanot. If there is one holiday you have to do with kavanot, is Passover. You got to do it right. You can do, as you wish, the rest of the holiday. Rosh Hashanah, you have the Chazan run it for you, the Shofar, the Yom Kippur, you fast. You come to Passover, please take it seriously. This is what defines what type of life you're going to have for the whole year. Now, going back to us. How do we change? How do we unparo ourselves? How do we get this paro and out? I don't want to be paro. I don't want to be Mitzrayim. To explain that, I'm going to take you 500 years ago to Rabbi Isaac Luria. I don't know how many of you heard the name. Rabbi Isaac Luria was the Ari HaKadosh. He wrote many books. One of them is called Shar Ruach HaKodesh and Shar HaGilgulim. In Shar Ruach HaKodesh, he's talking about tikkunim, different tikkunim, meaning if a person did this avera, what is the tikkun? If somebody stole, what to do? If somebody cheats somebody in business or in another area, what's the tikkun for that? So it's give you every avera, what to do, everything, what to do. He also write for you there in Shar HaGilgulim. He's telling you what kind of neshama you have, what the reason you came to this world, what you came here to fix. There's a lot of information and knowledge. You can find all of it, again, on my YouTube channel, on my website. It's all free, of charge. Go study. Take some time tonight and start. Start every day a little bit study, okay? So it say like this. I'm going to read his language because I enjoy his language very much. It's written by Rabbi Chaim Vital, his student, but the Arizal wrote it to Rabbi Chaim Vital. גם זה סוד גאוות פרעה שנתגאה על שאר המלכים. פרעה has more ego than other king. He has the most amount of ego. מה זה ego? What is ego? What is ego? People, Yohara, ego. What is ego? Pele Yoetz talk about ego and Yohara, we study it today. But what is Ga'ava? Ga'ava has two sides. There is Ga'ava of a baby. Baby Ga'ava is when you show off who you are. That's called a baby Ga'ava. That can be treated. Not a problem. And then there is Chaz v'Shalom Ga'ava, mature Ga'ava. Mature ego is when it's internally. Nobody can see it. That's the most dangerous Ga'ava. On the outside, the person look humble, but internally, they feel better than everybody else. For that reason, they judge everybody, they hate everybody, they're never happy. I will tell you a story so you will understand the difference. Not too long ago, in Bet of this month, Shvat, was the Ilula of one of the greatest tzaddikim of all time. I don't know if you heard the name before. His name is Rav Zusha of Anapoli. Some of you maybe never heard the name, Rav Zusha of Anapoli. The story goes like that. Rav Zusha, of course, was a rabbi, but he wasn't famous rabbi. Didn't have his own shul. Give lecture here and there. That's it. They didn't have a kehillah of thousands of people. Two people. And in his neighborhood lived a very important rabbi. It was a wedding. And they invite, of course, the most important rabbi to go make the wedding. The important rabbi is dressed the right way. Rav Zusha, it's okay, dress okay, but it doesn't look like a rabbi. He's a great rabbi, but it doesn't look like it. They invite Rav Zusha, also because he's a rabbi, and they invite the other rabbi. The other rabbi had a little gava, had a little ego. Usually if you are a rabbi, automatically you have ego. If the rabbi doesn't know he has an ego, that's a worse ego that you can have. But every rabbi has an ego. If a rabbi said to you, me, ego? Stay away. Every rabbi has ego. Every teacher has ego. Because we teach, we share. Once you share, you beat above. But it's dangerous. It's the most dangerous job in the world. So the rabbi, they tell him what time to be. So they send him, in those days used to be a wagon, like a beautiful carriage. That they send him, they couldn't find the right one. So they sent him a small one. Instead of having a white horse in front, it was a little donkey. They ran out of horses, they have a donkey. The rabbi looked from the window. He said to his wife, we're not going until they send us the right thing. So, honey, come on, you gotta let go. It's about the mitzvah, it's about the chatuna. Let it go. He said, no. I'm a principal man, I'm a rabbi. I'm the biggest rabbi in this town, and they need to know I'm the biggest rabbi. Okay, they're waiting. They're sending the messenger. Where the rabbi, you're supposed to do the wedding. You're supposed to do the chuppah v'kiddushim. You're supposed to do all the brachot. Please. I said, I want that. So in the meantime, the Balabait is looking for the right horse for him. Take a long time. He arrived to the wedding. Habibi, the wedding already took a place. There is now no place for him to sit. They put him next to the band, where the band are sitting, and there is no food left, but he's the rabbi of the city. So they go bring him a little pulke, like pieces of chicken, left over for kigel and potato. They cut it to look it nice, and they bring him plate. And he's furious and angry and upset. And then he look, and he see Rav Zusha, this little rabbi, this little nobody rabbi, sitting with the Chatan and Kala table, with the groom and the bride. He's sitting with the father and the mother. They feeding him. He's everything. And he's angry. He's going home. He left the wedding in the middle. And then the next morning, he and Rav Zusha pray in the same shul. Just he's sitting on the most important chair. Rav Zusha, in the back, putting his tefillin. So he said Rav Zusha is dancing and he's very happy. And he said to him, Rav Zusha, come here for a second, come here. So what's the story with you? I saw you sitting at a table. So, well, I tell you, once I got the invitation for the wedding, I couldn't believe they invite somebody like me. I know I'm a rabbi, but I'm not that important in town. So I decided to go 1 hour earlier. Why? Because I want to make sure I'm helping them to put the plate, maybe to clean the table, maybe to do something good for them. I want to do good thing. And then the family was stressed. I don't know why they were stressed. They were worried. The rabbi didn't arrive, and this didn't arrive. So they asked me, "Are you a rabbi?" I said, "I am." I said, "Do you do wedding?" I said, "No, nobody asked me to do a wedding. I'm not the type of a rabbi that does wedding." So what happened? They asked me to do the wedding. So I did the wedding. After that, we do the wedding. Not only that, they invite me to sit at their table. And he looked at the other rabbi and said, "Can you believe that me, Rav Zusha, the nobody rabbi, was getting all this kavod, all this respect?" I guess they got it wrong, but I have to do the mitzvah. They asked me, so I did it. This story, my friend, is a story we have to remember for the rest of our life. It's not just about rabbis. It's a lot of time we have expectation from our wife, from our husband, from our friend, from our worker, from people around us, to do more for me than I want to do for them. If you're not in the mood to help, if you're not in the mood to be caring about other human beings, why do you want to become a rabbi? Why do you want to become a teacher? Why do you want to become a husband? Why do you want to become a father? Why do you want to become a mother? Why do you want to become a friend? If your friendship idea is how I get something out of it, then don't be a friend. This is not a friend. Friend is the one who gives. Pharaoh idea was all about gava. All about gava. יין אמר לי יאורי ואני עשיתיני. יחזקאל. כנודע שעשה עצמו אלוה. He thought he was God. That's when you get really sick. I'm God. וטעם הדבר במה שאמרנו כי הגאווה היא גורמת עליית הקליפות למעלה בשם י"ק. I will skip that. י"ק ו"ק, י"ק ו"ק. So גאווה is גאה ו"ק. Okay, so the ו"ק went up. I don't want to give you too much Kabbalah. I don't want to make you crazy a little bit. וכבר עוד ראיתיך כי פרעה הוא בחינת הקליפה הנאחזת בעורף. Already explained what is פרעה, what is Pharaoh. Is the גאווה, is the old concept of ego that capturing you in the אחורי הגרון, אשר שם מקום שלושה מוחין דאלוקים דקתנות. This is the whole idea of Elokim, meaning judgment, all the concept of judgment that unfortunately attacking you. So what do you do about it? What do you do to get better? Tell us the Arizal. If you want to correct the Ga'ava, look what it says. It's supposed to surprise all of us. תיקון הגאווה והליצנות. It's a גאווה and ליצנות. ליצנות meaning being what? Being clown. It's different than being funny. I don't know if you know the difference between being funny and acting like a clown. A clown looking for people to like him. Somebody who's funny want to make people happy. Okay, you have to be careful. About a year and a half ago, the producer or the director, I'm not saying it as an ego, but it will sound like ego, and I'm sorry, I do have ego, so I will say it anyway. I used to be I used to have ego, now I'm perfect, as people say, right? So the idea, so they call me from Israel, the people who did Oshpizin. I don't know if you saw the movie Oshpizin. So they're working on the next movie, The Batchan. It's called The Batchan. It's going to come out soon on Netflix in a few years, hopefully. And Shuli Nerd or Rand, I'm sorry with my accent, Rand. So we were talking about how to do it. So I told them, listen, I have no problem with that to give support and information and content. Just make sure that you know the difference between Letzanut and Batchanut. You gotta explain to me. And Shuli went right on the phone and said, absolutely, I know it from the Arizal. I know where it's written. I said, yes, be careful because Letzanut is Gava, but to tell a person a joke and to make them happy, Zelo Gava. Because we know it from the Gemara say that Eliyahu Navi saw two people that Yorshe Olam Haba, and the Gemara is saying, they ask, why they Yorshe Olam Haba? Because they cause people to be happy. If you cause people to be happy, אתה, יש לך את עולם הבא. אבל אם אתה ליצן, if you're a clown, and you want people to, you are the best, שניהם עניין אחד, והם נתלים ממקום אחד. וזה יאיר לשלמה ומשלה, ועניין אבו זה עניין אלוקים אחרים שהם הקליפות. According to the Arizal, the גאווה is אלוקים אחרים. A person who has started having ego is worship other God. It's a shocking thing, right? שהם מתגאים ועולים למעלה נינק, והם נקראים צל מוות, והם אותיות לץ. לץ is like ליצן. ליצן means clown. So when a person is busy being a clown, then it's becoming tzel. Tzel and latz is the same letter. Tzel means shadow. Dangerous of it. כמבואר אצלנו בפרשת ויקל. And for that reason, if you make a conscious decision to work on yourself, let's say you want to work only on one thing the rest of your life. From now till the end of time, you only work on one thing, Gava. You don't have to worry about nothing else. Don't worry about all the things that you miss, Gava. Once you work on Gava, everything else will start happening. Everything will happen for you. Whatever you want will happen. Gava, somebody speaking not nice to you, Baruch Hashem. Somebody called me stupid. I said, I told myself the same thing yesterday. I'm stupid. Same thing. It's no longer a problem because you realize he recognizes your Pharaoh. It's like the Baal Shem Tov. One time he was walking in the marketplace. Somebody said to the Baal Shem Tov, you're the worst human being I ever met. And the Baal Shem Tov looked at him and said to him, I'm absolutely agree with you that my body is the worst thing, but don't ever talk to my soul like that. So he was able to divide the body and the soul. Rabbi Akiva, Zecher Tzadik Levracha, Rabbi Akiva always understand that the body is a different part. So Rabbi Akiva want to eat. Let's say it was cereal at that time. He used to tell to the body, I know you're hungry, let me take you to eat something right now. So the whole idea of understanding the Gava is a body idea. What do we do? How do we start? And then we're going to go. Last week, few people complained I didn't do meditation. We didn't have time, so that's why you see me. I'm in a rush all the time to make sure I'm getting to the meditation. So to get the idea, that's not the book I'm looking for. Oh, here it is. To get to this idea, I'm reading from the son of Rabbi Brandwein. His name is Rabbi Avraham. And he's taking that section from Rabbi Yehuda Ashlag. And he's saying like that, what is the change? What is the change? Let's say we want to change the Gava. Where do you start? Where is the Nekuda? Maybe you buy a new yarmulke, a new tzitzit for the men, new tzitzit for the ladies. You now lighting extra candle for Shabbat. Maybe a ner neshama for Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, alav hashalom, for Rabbi Meir Balan. Is it a change? No, not enough. Not enough. That's not enough of a change. So what is the change? What is the change? So it's like this. The mitzvot themselves, what are they doing? What is the purpose of the entire mitzvot? You say a mitzvot was created letzaref. Letzaref meaning from the word soref. Soref is a person who build jewelry. Yeah, a jewelry maker is tzoref, right? Tzoref. So what is tzoref? Kitzoref et hakesef et tzoref et hazav, meaning he has to melt it, he has to clean it and shine it. The mitzvot themselves is to shine us. But shine us from what? From what? What is the purpose? And it say, the main problem of human being that is difficult to change, והכלי דהיינו הרצון לקבל יוצא מזוקק לאחר שמתברר ממנו הרע, שהוא הרצון לקבל לעצמו כפסולת, והטוב הוא הרצון לקבל המתלבש בצורת ההשפעה, ואז הכלי מזוקק. I will translate it right now, it's very important you listen. Because if you decided tonight, I would like to transform, I would like to be a better person, I would like to achieve a higher level of spirituality, you gotta remember that section. והכלי, we are כלי, we all kelim, we are all vessel, we all built from desire. That's why you have Kohen Levi Israel is kli. Kohen Levi Israel kli. It's we build with the desire to receive. But the desire to receive could be two types. Either desire to receive just for myself, or desire to receive because I want to give pleasure to the one who gives me everything. It's called לעשות נחת רוח ליוצרו. What is לעשות נחת רוח ליוצרו? It's a big word, everybody love it. נחת רוח ליוצרו. מה זה נחת רוח ליוצרו? What is the idea? Meaning, Hashem, I want this ice cream only because I want to do a blessing. Other than that, I don't want this ice cream. So before you eat, you push it away. I don't want it. Don't want it. But I know if I'm not going to eat, I'm not going to do the bracha. מזונות, שהכל, בורא פרי הגפן. So through that vehicle, through that food, I can actually say the bracha. What is the bracha for? Is Hashem sitting there and counting your brachot? Like the guy in the synagogue that want to see how many people came in? What's the purpose of the bracha? In a smart English, if I can say it in a smart English, you take the physical item and you dematerialize it. Meaning there is the material part of the food and there is the spiritual part of the food. The Arizal said that the physical part of the food, I don't need to describe it, going away. It doesn't stay with your body. You have to, it's a waste. It's going to go. But the essence of the food, the light, what we call nitzotzot, the light itself, that stay with your soul. For that reason, you say bracha, to separate the physical and the spiritual. So what do you say? Amotzi lechem min haaretz, A ve'A, right? Amotzi en haaretz. You are basically separate the body, amotzi, from haaretz, which is malchut, which is physicality, and you are now separate them. Everything has to do with kavanah. Everything has to do with the right approach, with the right consciousness. If you don't do it this way, it will be just another, another bracha. And a year will go by and you're not mitkadem and you're not growing. Spiritual people has to grow. Spirituality is not because God will give you a point. God will love you unconditional. It doesn't matter what you're going to do, you're going to get the same love. The problem, you cannot feel the love if you don't change. You can't. You will feel like he doesn't like you. You will feel he's judging you. You will feel like he's punishing you. But he's not. He loves you. How do you feel that love? By changing something within me. That's what you feel. So the only gift you get by doing it right is not that he will love you more. He loves you the same. He's a father. As a father, would I hate my kids if they misbehave? No, I'm in pain. I am in pain for them. I don't hate them. I'm in pain. Why they couldn't make a better choice? But I will continue to give. I can't help it. It's in me. It's in my DNA. What do you think? If me as a small human being with ego continue to give to my children, the Creator who has pure and no ego, just love, will not give you all the time? When a thief, when a ganav want to steal, who give him the energy to steal? Why is not dying on the spot? If God is not into him, then kill him. No. Let him steal. Bchira chofshit. Free will. Don't worry. I'm going to give you the energy. What is Ganav never lose? There is one thing in religion that Ganav never lose. What do you think it is? A thief, what? יפה מאוד. אמונת גנבים. אמונת גנבים. Beautiful answer. What? What is that? לא שומע ברחוק, אבל אמונה. The אמונה, I like it very much. He prayed before, כן, יפה מאוד. He prayed before, oh, תציל אותי, please save me, that nobody will catch me, please save me, that my children will never know about it, right? But is this some type of אמונה? What does the Gemara say that the one person who was never connect to the Creator, one type of person will never connect to the Creator, and the Creator actually say, listen, even if you want me to live with you in the same apartment for free, I'm not coming. Gava. What is the pasuk saying in the Gemara? Me and you cannot be in the same apartment. Even if you said to God, listen, I have a villa, come. No, I'm so, כל הכבוד לך. But no.
What is ganav in Hebrew?
One second. What is the idea of ga'ava? Why dafka ga'ava? What about ganav? What about the thief, a killer, a rapist? All the worst behavior. People, Hashem said ga'ava. Ga'ava. Once you start feeling you're better than everybody else, כל הכבוד לך. But I have yarmulke, I have a long beard, I have piyas, I have tzitzit in and out, going this way, going that way. I have a new knife for Shabbat and I'm cutting the bread. I have a lot of great things I'm doing. I'm doing Yom Kippur. I stay extra hour. I'm fast every Monday and Thursday. No. Ech hagava. Terrible. Can't help you. You can do all the mitzvot, perfect mitzvot. You're walking, you lower your eyes, you don't look at anybody, not to judge and not to have lust and temptation. How's your gava doing after that? After you did the walk. You go home and say, I'm special. You lost it. All gone. Gava en ani vehu. There's no ani vehu. Nikba. So for me, we learn, my friend, we live in a generation of temptation is everywhere. Everywhere. Gava is everywhere. Up and down is everywhere. What left for us to do? Left for us to do is to work together. To work together to help each other. That's what God wants to see from us. How can I help you? Help me and I will help you. I don't know how to do this, but maybe you know how to do that. And then we create a group. That's called community. זה נקרא קהילה. קהילה is not just a set in a synagogue, and זהו נגמר שם. It's not the point. It's not the point. The point is to build a concept that we can take care of each other. And there is nobody is worse. There's no such a thing as rabbi is above. Rabbi has problem too. What do you need the rabbi because he read books half an hour before you, he know better than you? No, he has problem. Yes, problem. So he look at this kila and he learned from them. And the kila look at the rabbi and learn from him. And that's how it works. And together you win it. Last thing, I will share a story about Gava and then we're going to go short meditation. There is a story that I like very much. I usually tell it on Purim. Hopefully some of you will join me on Purim. I'm not a big drinker, but I drink in Purim. And I tell a lot of Divrei Torah, but in the deepest way. So you have to get ready. So everybody's welcome, by the way. So the story go like this. The Baal Shem Tov, usually on Saturday night, used to drink. Hasidim, Saturday night is Melave Malka. You should all do it. Those of you suffering from Parnasah, I told it many weeks ago, always make sure you do Melave Malka after Shabbat. Make a Seudah, respect the table, clean it, put the tablecloth if you have time. If you don't have time, mezonot, tea, mashu, you got to do something. The Baal Shem Tov, they used to have a little drink. And you know, those of you know where the Baal Shem Tov used to live, it's called Bizebush. There it was one type of drink. It's not like here you have so many, you have a shop. It was vodka. Those of you who never been in Poland and Ukraine, they sell vodka everywhere. Vodka is the drink. So basically Baal Shem Tov going home Saturday night, the Chevra, they're staying in the shul, and they see the Baal Shem Tov not join them. So he said, okay, let's grab a vodka and have a little time. But they don't have money, they're poor, they're broke, and they don't have vodka. A gentleman walk in, is new into that community, say, hi, I would like to be part of the simcha, of the Fabrengen here. I want to be, you want to be a part of it. There is rules to be part of our poor club. You have to come up with 2 bottles of vodka. So I say, hey, you don't have money, you got to go knock on doors. That's what we do. The poor guy going knocking on doors and come up with half a bottle, another little bottle, and 3 bottles he bring. It's about 2 bottles. They're sitting there and they start singing and drinking, and the simcha is under shamayim. They drink so much, they're all sleeping on the floor in the synagogue. This is now Sunday morning. They pray early, nets. Baal Shem Tov walking after mikveh into the shul, and he's walking between them, get to his duchan, where he prayed. Those of you who've been there. And one of them wake up, you see the leg, the other one says, ooh, the teacher is here, the rabbi says, oh, wake up, wake up, wake up. And they're all going like standing. The Baal Shem Tov say that before he start putting his talit, he say, I want to ask you right now a very important question. And it's very serious. Who is in charge of what's going on in this room right now? Tell me. So they're all, we're Jewish, we know how to blame each other. So they're all pointing the finger to the guy with the 2.5 bottles. Rabbi, this guy, he's brought the drink, and we got drunk, and we laughed, and it was. And the Baal Shem Tov said to all of them together, say, I'm very angry with you. that you didn't invite me to be in this unification. This story is teaching us a lot about life, my friend. A lot of time you think spirituality, connection to God is all about how to be rigid, how to be meticulous. The Creator love you always to be with people, to unify with people, to connect to people. That's what the Creator wants from us. How can we work together? How can we find what's in common between us and not the differences? This is really what we are here for. We're here to build it together. And I will tell you an announcement that I never meant to do it today. But this morning somebody spoke to me and they asked me, why you never do something here that it's not just lecture? Why can you do a pray here? But we do a pray. I said, I don't want to turn it into a synagogue. It's too much work for me. I said, come on, one time. So I would like to tell you, those of you from the guys' point of view, if you want to establish something here, like Friday night singing, we have chazanim, we have everything, or Saturday morning, but it will be more in a Kabbalistic spiritual way. We can do it. All what you have to do is to sign outside that you're ready to do it and you live in the area, and we can accomplish some nice binyanim here and nice idea that we can do together. Before I'm doing the meditation, hopefully this is going to work. The meditation I'm going to do for you tonight, I'm going to ask you to do something. It's not an easy thing, I know, but I'm going to ask you in your mind to remember how to say your name with E in the end. Okay, E, the letter E. It's called in Hebrew chirik. There is 3 consciousnesses in Kabbalah. It's called chirik, shuruk, cholam. These are the 3 levels of consciousness. I cannot go into the idea. So one of them will be E, one of them will be cholam, will be O. So for example, if your name is Yosef, for example, so if I say E level, meaning chirik, it will be E, V, C, and P. I know it's hard on the brain what I'm doing to you right now. So if your name is Linda, so you will be Li, E, Ni, D, right? And E, and A-E, okay? Okay? So use your English, use everything you know about English, and just add E. When I ask you to do E consciousness, it's called chirik. Remember, those of you who know Hebrew. Chirik, vecholam. The reason we are doing chirik and cholam, that's a lot of knowledge I'm giving you now. Chirik is below the letter, cholam is above. And when you do chirik, it's a low vibration. When you do cholam, it's a high vibration. So I'm basically going to elevate you, not I am, again the ego, you see. Me and my ego will elevate you. So elevating, you will be elevated by this type of study from one level to another. Just be aware. The ego is sneaky. You see what it does to me. He's always coming in. I'm not blaming him. I guess I like it. So just be aware of that. And I'm asking you to relax. I'm going to put a music for about 1 minute and then I'm going to start talking, okay?
Can you give an example with any Hebrew name?
What's your Hebrew name?
No, I'm not.
What's your Hebrew name?
Hannah.
Liat. So it's, huh? Chana. Chi, ni, i. Your name in Chirik will be Chini. Okay? You only add it. Cholam will do Chono-o. Chono-o. Guys, we gotta start. Just relax. Uncross your arm, uncross your leg. Sit stable, sit nice. Make sure your lips are moving like a smiling person to the side because it's released some tension on the cheek. Okay? It's biologically important. And also, it's very good for your soul to smile. Reshut HaRabim is the smile. Here we go. Close your eyes. For 1 minute, we're going to start. In 1 minute, we're going to start. Make sure you relax your body by breathing in and out. Let that breathing relax your body. If you have a phone, make sure it's on vibe. Not to disturb your friend. What I want you to do right now, I want you to see yourself. Those of you who have been there in Jerusalem, Yerushalayim Ir HaKodesh. I want you to see yourself in Yerushalayim Ir HaKodesh. You're looking at the wall, and you are sitting on a chair. Make sure that's where you are. You're sitting on a chair. And think about one area about your personality that you would like to improve, you would like to change. One area in your life about yourself, not about what it's not working for you. Yourself, the inner self. What is the part about me that I'm trying to change? In this moment, you will add the letter E to every letter of your name and try, if you can, to say it into your mind. Like try to say it in your mind many times, because that will relate to the low vibration chirik into the area of the thing that needed to change. Chirik or letter E. Feel out the energy of chirik or the letter E is vibrate to your mind, to your body, to the area that need improve. As you're doing it, and the vibration penetrate from the chirik, from the E, toward your body and soul, I want you right now to see yourself in your meditation, in your itbonenut. I want you to see yourself standing in front of the wall in Jerusalem, the western wall in Yerushalayim. And in this time, you are reading your name in your mind with the letter O, or those of you who know Cholam. Read your name with Cholam. That's a high vibration. What type of gift would you like to receive from the Creator to help you complete your spiritual mission in this life? What do you feel would be the one thing that the Creator give you in Yerushalayim Ir HaKodesh that can truly make you a better person, that truly make you a better human being, more spiritual? Think about it and keep the smile going. Do not ask without a smile. Always panim tzochakot. Now you combine the what we call cholam and chirik, or O and E. This is the time you look at the sky, light blue sky, Yerushalayim, the wall, and send that vibration, that energy to whoever live in Eretz Israel right now. Everybody can use a little bit of your love, a little bit of your energy. Give it, share it, help. Send the energy everywhere. Don't underestimate your ability of your soul. You can do a lot by doing it every day. Send your energy everywhere. Send your gift everywhere. Inhale and exhale as deep as you can 3 times. So you will establish that energy at least for the next 48 hours. And then slowly, slowly open your eyes. There is a lot of light. So just open your eyes slowly, please. My friend, I want to tell you the time it took you to do it. It was exactly 6 minutes. Did it feel like 6 minutes? Feel more, right? So you can do it every day, right? I mean, there's no need to say it's difficult. We all can do it. Normally, we're supposed to do 15 minutes minimum. Because of time, I had to rush it up. We all can do it. Every day, sit down, think, take yourself, teleport yourself, and start helping people. Those of you who have kids, you can help your kids from far away with that type of energy. You can help your children if they live in the same house with you. Those of you who have difficult time with your children and they are in the same house, always go to them before Alot HaShachar. Always go to them and tell them good words of love, and you will see the energy that is happening. Always before Alot HaShachar. And there is a lot of wonderful things that you create. Those of you who are pregnant or want to be pregnant, make sure you talk to your baby. Even if you don't believe, they listen. It's called Matzav Ubar. We know that the human being has to go to Ibur, Yenika, Mochin. It's 3 level, 3 dimension. Or if you want Chirik, Shuruk, Chulam. I want to thank each and every one of you that you came here. Also, I would like to remind you 2 things. Please sign for my YouTube channel and for the website to start study. I want you to become serious about the study. Thank you, everybody. And do me a favor, on the way out, just 1 thing, 2 things to ask you. We have a lot of neighbors here. You just, as you're getting out of the door, less noise. Second thing, if you can see 5 people that you don't know, and at least tell them tonight, remove the ego and tell them, thank you for being here tonight. Just be nice to 5 people at least that you don't know. That's break the ego that you don't know and say, thank you for being here tonight. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a wonderful night.